What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. So we have some big news in the bodybuilding world, and I'm sure you've all heard by now. Iain Valliere has officially announced that he will retire from competitive bodybuilding. Iain has been competing for 15 years now. He's placed 7th at the Olympia twice in his career. He's placed 2nd at the Arnold Classic. He's won a total of 6 pro shows, the most recent being the Toronto Pro. And really, I think Iain Valliere is the greatest Canadian bodybuilder in history. But he says that the thought of competing just doesn't excite him anymore. Even the upcoming Olympia, he said he's not overly excited about. Of course, he does express his concerns about the health consequences of competitive bodybuilding, how he wants to start a family, and at the end of the day, it was a very hard decision for him to make until he actually made the decision. So I gotta say, I am surprised that Iain didn't want to retire on the bodybuilding stage for this upcoming Olympia. I would have thought that he would want to retire there in particular. But, you know, it's no secret that bodybuilding has not been easy on Iain mentally in the past. So he does say that this is a big weight off his shoulders and that he's very proud of his accomplishments in bodybuilding. So Iain does say that he's interested in maybe doing some judging in bodybuilding. I've heard Iain talk in the past about wanting to coach after he finishes competing. So this is going to be a very interesting road for Iain Valliere. And a giant of the sport, a very popular, very outgoing personality in the sport, is making their official departure. So I just want to congratulate Iain on a very successful bodybuilding career, and I wish him all the best of luck in his future endeavors. Alright, so looking forward to this weekend's Italy Pro, the athletes have arrived and everyone is checked in. So let's take a look at the latest from the predicted top 3, my predicted top 3, starting with the heavy favorite to win this show, Regan Grimes. Now, leading up to the show, there was very little question from the bodybuilding world about Regan's ability to win this show. I would say that 95% of the talk around Regan Grimes is that this was his show to lose, and I'm included in that conversation. But from this video clip that he posted on his YouTube channel at 3 days out, this did have some people questioning if Regan's Instagram conditioning was really going to translate over to the stage. And for the first time in weeks, I think that some are questioning if Regan really is in such insane shape, because I agree, these videos do not show a lot of detail in Regan's physique, not like we've seen in his Instagram posts, but it's entirely possible that these videos aren't doing him enough justice either. It could be poor quality, incorrect lighting. However, these clips are from 2 separate locations, and I mean, does Regan look like he's in crazy shape here? I mean, no, he doesn't. I do still have Regan winning this show, but you guys let me know in the comments below if this changes your opinion on Regan being the clear winner in Italy. Now, taking a look at the latest from Nathan DeAsha, I think Nathan is looking pretty good in these updates. He's looking dry, separated. Considering that he suffered from 2 bicep tears, the arms actually look pretty good. So I do think this is going to come down to both Regan and Nathan battling for that top spot. Now, Nathan said in a recent interview with AJ Kelly Robert that he really buckled down for this prep. He's been known to kind of not take his diet as seriously as he could. He's been known to go out and party during previous preps, but this time around, it was all business for him. And although I don't think this is the best Nathan DeAsha that we've ever seen, I do think this version of Nathan will be good enough to push for that top 2. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't finish at least in 2nd place here. Now, as for 3rd place, I think this is a little less certain, because on one hand, you have Blessing Awodibu, who was looking massively improved since the Chicago Pro from a conditioning and fullness standpoint, and we know Blessing will be one of the most aesthetic guys on that stage. He's going to be very difficult to hang with from the back, well, except for the fact that his legs still have not caught up to his upper body. There's no getting around that fact. And there's still a lot of other competitors that could be pushing for 3rd place. You've got Tim Budasine, you've got Roman Fritz, Andrea Muzi, but honestly, I think one guy that everyone has been sleeping on is Shouming Yan. This guy is very complete. He's separated, he's got these massive sweeping quads, huge arms, wide shoulders, small midsection, and he does look improved from the back. Now, he weighed in at 240 pounds and he is only 5'5", so he could get lost in this lineup of taller competitors. But, on the other hand, that could really make him stand out. And look, I've been excited about this guy taking the stage for, it seems like a couple of months now. Make no mistake, if he's conditioned enough and shows up bursting full, he could easily be top 3. If not, a little bit better, you guys. We could be looking at a literal giant killer right here in front of us, and it seems like nobody sees him coming. So let me know in the comments below where you guys have your top 3, and we'll see the final results tomorrow. Okay, so next up, the Olympia is fast approaching, you guys, and we have an update here from Derek Lunsford at 9 weeks out, and there's been a lot more talk about Derek being the Olympia champion this year. He's had an unbreakable mindset all year long. He's been training like an animal, and he's made measurable progress in his physique. You hear Derek speaking a lot about reaching your goals and setting yourself up for success to reach those goals. He's really been repeating this stuff almost like a mantra all year long. Convince yourself that you are a champion, put in the work, and you can achieve what you want to achieve. That's the attitude of Derek Lunsford. And of all the competitors I've seen so far leading up to the Olympia, I honestly think that Derek wants the Sandow more than any of them. Now, how does Derek actually achieve winning that Sandow this year? He is bigger than he was last year, but he does need to have that density to the muscle, and that's partly a muscle maturity thing. Lifting heavy will help out bring that density, and Derek has been lifting heavy, so I do have a feeling about Derek Lunsford this year, and I think he's going to be pushing Hadi Choopan a lot harder than he did last year. Now, speaking of Hadi Choopan, we did get a quick update from our reigning and defending Mr. Olympia, and Hadi is definitely looking shredded in this update, but he definitely doesn't look as big and full as we've seen in the past. At least not in this update. Now, he is at home here, it looks like, probably with no pump, but you know what? From the back update that he posted recently, this is definitely the Hadi that we're used to seeing. And he will be a difficult champion to defeat this year, even if he shows up in the same shape as he did last year. There's a lot of great competitors coming up, but very few get in the shape that Hadi does, and very few are as complete as Hadi is. And he does have that muscle maturity I was talking about. I'm assuming he is going to be improved at this year's Olympia. He does look wider from the back overall, I would say, and if Hadi is still hungry for that title, like I said, he is going to be a very difficult champion to defeat. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.